Welcome to the Weakest Link. Any of the 6 people here today could win up to $100,000. But 5 will leave with nothing. Round by round, we eliminate the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
Steve, 48, Cooper City, Florida, attorney.
Patrick, 35, Woodbury, Minnesota, director, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club.
Tamika, 26, Los Angeles, California, engineer.
Kimberly, 32, Irmo, South Carolina, real estate mortgage broker.
Jolene, 31, Scottsdale, Arizona, pharmaceutical sales representative.
Wenty, 33, Sherman Oaks, California, rock musician.
All right, you know how we play this game? In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to read it. 6 little questions in a row. Link. The first question is for $250. Start the clock. Steve, the U.S. federal holiday of New Year's Day occurs annually on what date in January?
January 1st.
Correct. 1980 film, did Dan Aykroyd's character say the line, "We're on a mission from God"?
Apollo 13.
No, the Blues Brothers. Kimberly, in geography, the names of how many U.S. states begin with the letter L?
3.
No, 1. In what decade was Tupperware first marketed and distributed solely through Tupperware home parties?
The 50s.
Correct. Please Ghost and The First of the Three Spirits are chapters from what Charles Dickens novel?
A Christmas Carol.
Correct. A brand liqueur is flavored with what caffeine-containing seed?
Coffee.
Correct. Kimberly, by definition, the word twice describes something that has occurred how many times?
2.
Correct. Triple Play 2002 is a video game simulation of which pro sport? Golf. No, baseball. Well, time's up, gang. And in that round, you banked yourself $5,000. All right, since you only wanted $5,000, we'll send that through to the next round, but one of you won't be going there. Who needs a safety briefing every time they floss? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Patrick is the strongest link in this round. Statistically, the weakest link is Tamika. But whose game is over now?
All right, team, voting is over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Jolene.
Tamika.
Jolene.
Wenty.
Wenty.
Steve.
Thanks so much. We have a tie. Jolene and Wenty, 2 votes each. Kimberly,
Yes.
why do you want to get rid of Wenty?
Well, I think he had missed a question at the end that kind of disturbed me, so that's all.
Tamika,
Yes.
so why do you want to get rid of Jolene?
Well, she was the 6th person, and we could have had 25,000.
So wait a minute. Now you want to get rid of Jolene because she banked too early?
But then I almost banked too early. I know.
If it wasn't for me catching you and saving your behind, you would have cost the team so much more money than Jolene ever would have.
What do you want, a hug?
All right, gang, when the vote is tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. And in that last round, the strongest link was Patrick. Hi, Patrick.
Hello.
Remind us what you do.
Director for the Minnesota Wild Hockey Club.
You like it?
Love it.
Now, what do you do? What is your job?
Direct the sights and sounds that go out on radio, television for the team.
Does it bring in the ladies? Do the gals like hockey? Patrick, do you work your angle? You got some mojo?
I don't relate my work experience to any mojo.
You married?
I'm single.
You never said, hey, I can get you great tickets. Come on!
All right, I've given tickets away before.
All right, well, you're faced with a bit of a decision here right now. As the strongest link in the last round, you need to decide what to do. Now, you voted for Tamika. Tamika has nothing to do with this right now.
Yes.
So you need to decide who to get rid of. Now, you can get rid of Jolene, or you can get rid of Wenty, but you have to decide what to do.
Jolene.
Well, Jolene, just like that, Patrick wants to put you in the penalty box. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I don't deserve to be in this chair right now. I don't think. I did miss a big banking opportunity. However, I was not the weakest link.
Round 2, team, and so far you've banked $5,000 of the $25,000 that you should have right now. There's 5 of you left. 15 seconds are going to come up. Weakest link. Start the clock. What 1987 Oliver Stone film is named for a New York financial district?
New York Undercover.
No, Wall Street. Guest host is the Rosie O'Donnell. Time's up. I can't complete the question. In that round, you only banked $1,500. Well, we'll send that through to the next round, but one of you we will be sending home. Disinfect their podium. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, the strongest link is Wenty. Tamika is the weakest link for the second round in a row. Will she be the next to go?
All right, team, voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Tamika.
Tamika.
Patrick.
Tamika.
Tamika.
Wenty, tell us again what you do for a living.
I don't know if you call it for a living, for struggling, I guess. I'm a musician.
I give you points for honesty on that one.
Shopping a deal, looking to get a deal.
All right, well, why do you want to get rid of Tamika?
She's really spunky, very cocky, but she missed all of them, I believe, last round.
Steve, tell everyone what you do for a living again.
I'm a lovable attorney. I work for a school board, and if there's any problems with the teachers or the students, we help to discipline them.
So, have you had to kick teachers out?
Sometimes, yeah. They've had sometimes did some things that they shouldn't have done, little immoral things outside the classroom.
Like what, Steve?
So I've sort of been on maybe some websites that maybe they possibly shouldn't have been on.
You mean on it like having visited it, or on it like on it?
On it like on it.
So, Steve, I'm wondering, who discovered the teacher on that website?
I'm not sure. I think it was a number of people. They may have just pressed the wrong keystroke, I suppose.
Oh, right. Steve, why do you want to get rid of Tamika?
Well, I wasn't sure if she remembered some of the rules of the game. I think the object was to try to get the answers correct, and I'm not sure if she was able to do that because she got both of them wrong.
Well, Tamika, what do you want, a hug? You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
They voted me off because they're intimidated by me. I'm an engineer and I'm smart, and they didn't want me to make it to the final round. I only got like 2 questions wrong, and everybody missed some questions, so that was foul.
All right, round 3, team, and so far, weakest link from the last round, and that is Rockstar Wenty. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Wenty, according to the American Heritage Dictionary, a widow is a person of which gender?
Female.
Correct. Steve, goober peas is another name for which popular snack food? Peanuts or strawberries?
Peanuts.
Time's up. I can't complete the question. And in that round, you banked $1,000. Well, we'll send that shuffling on through to the next round, but one of you won't be going there. Whose memory is so bad that every party is a surprise party? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Wenty is the strongest link for the second round in a row. The weakest link is Kimberly. Find out who will take the next walk of shame when we return to The Weakest Link.
Voting over, and it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Wenty.
Kimberly.
Steve.
Kimberly.
Wenty, why do you want to get rid of Kimberly?
A couple of her missed questions, I think, were breaking the momentum that we're trying to get going here to make some money.
Patrick, I asked you about that star, that famous actor from Easy Rider and Blue Velvet, and you said that that actor was...
James Dean.
James Dean, right, yes. Now, man, he was a good actor, but to be dead for 30 years and be able to come back in Blue Velvet, that was impressive.
That's how great of an actor he was.
Why do you want to get rid of Kimberly?
I thought you missed a question that hurt our string.
So, can the boys run 6 in a row?
I think we can.
Well, Kimberly, I guess the boys don't want your cuties. With 2 votes, you're the weakest link. Goodbye.
I can't believe that I came all the way from Columbia, South Carolina, and lost on a cough drop question.
Well, it's round 4, gentlemen, and so far you've banked $7,500 out of $75,000. Total today is $7,500. But only one of you guys gets to take that money home, so now you got to figure out how to get to it. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Patrick is the strongest link for the second time this game. The weakest link is Steve. But how will the votes go at this crucial stage of the game?
All right, voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Wenty.
Steve.
Steve.
Patrick, why'd you choose to get rid of Steve?
He missed a question about the map.
Have anything to do with who you want to play against in the end?
No, it didn't.
Not at all.
No.
Come on, you're a sportsman. Don't you always want to play against who you think you got a best shot at?
Throughout the show, I thought Wenty was tougher than Steve, so I thought it'd be a better battle, head-to-head.
I think you got hit in the head with a puck's what I think. Wenty, why'd you vote to get rid of Steve?
Well, I figure the amount that is up for grabs is probably chump change to our attorney friend over there.
Well, Steve, you got good news and bad news. The bad news is you're getting kicked off the show. The good news is you can go back home and cruise the internet for more naughty, naughty teacher porn. You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
Well, I think Wenty should lose this game. I don't think that he's the strongest one. I think it's amazing that he's gotten this far, and I think he'll lose.
All right, Patrick and Wenty, you got $7,500 at stake. Oh, but only one of these two guys gets to take that money home. The other gets nothing. The final round will decide it all when we return to the weakest link. All right, Patrick and Wenty, who gets the most questions correct wins. So, Patrick, singers Ray Charles and Gladys Knight both sang about and were born in what U.S. state?
Georgia.
That is the correct answer.
Psycho.
That is the correct answer. Which brand of aerosol dessert topping, now owned by ConAgra, was first introduced in 1948?
Ready Whip.
That is the correct answer to the theme song of what classic sitcom?
Mary Tyler Moore.
That is the correct answer. 1941 Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor occurred during which of the 4 seasons in the Northern Hemisphere?
Fall.
That is the correct answer.
Pulitzer.
That is the correct answer. Let's play sudden death. Patrick, what Cadillac model of car is named for a mythical South American city whose streets are paved with gold?
DeVille.
No, the correct answer is El Dorado. $7,500. Patrick, you go home with nothing.
I came here wanting to win, had the attitude I was going to win, and I'm still in a state of shock that I actually won. I mean, this is so cool. Dreams do actually come true if you put yourself to it.
I came all the way from Minnesota. I wanted a battle, and I didn't want to look like a fool in front of my family and friends. I'm very proud of how I did, but I go home with no money.
Join us next time on The Weakest Link. Goodbye.